Hi people, I'm back reporting on days 7 and 8 and feels like I did this just yesterday because I did since I had to re-record for 5 and 6 since it didn't publish correctly. But anyway, I'm here on day 7 and 8. For those of you wanting to keep track of, what it can do as far as weight loss goes, again, that's not my purpose, but I'll report to you guys because I knew I was going to be doing these video blogs. I did weigh myself at the beginning of starting. So the first day I started, they say the best time to weigh in would be in the morning, right when you wake up, and naked. So I weighed myself then, and then I weighed myself yesterday, and I have lost 2 pounds. So anybody that's wondering about weight loss, that's what I've lost, 2 pounds. Anyhow, again, still feeling great. My skin, like I said last night, or last blog post, just feels so much smoother. And I've always had a nice complexion or decent complexion. But it feels like so smooth. So I'm attributing it to the diet. Something very interesting happened yesterday, being day 7. I was at work, and everyone at work knows what I'm doing, and I think that's really important. And I'm going to touch on that really quick. When you start researching, and this is, let's say, part of your research, you viewing different people's perspective on the diet, the different people's view on what their goals are and why they're doing it, and symptoms and outcomes of their journey. A good thing to do is to get support around you, because the more support you have, the less likely you are to fall off the wagon, or off the train, off the raw train. And that's something that is really funny because when I got this, I told you guys that I purchased the book from Laura Jane with the recipes and all that, and that's something that she discussed. What I'm talking to you about now is gaining support and talking to your family members about what you're doing so that they're behind you. And people at work are important too, because you spend just as much amount of time at work or more than you do at home, especially during the week. So when they're having parties or bringing free lunch, and free lunch is always hard to give up because it's free, and if it's good, you want it, of course. But it's good for them to know so that you're not put in that position. So I kind of let it be known at work that, hey, this is what I'm doing. I'm really excited about it. I'm looking forward to seeing what the outcome of this is, and starting to see the benefits of what I'm doing. And I just talked about it a lot. And I've actually gotten a lot of people interested in my story and in my progress. So I think that's really important. So anybody that's thinking about doing it, let it be known and be proud of it, because you're doing something great for yourself. So with that caveat, people at work know what I'm doing. And I have a lovely young lady that I work with that she's very into, I would say like natural stuff. Like she just has a lot of knowledge on having to do with like this diet. Not that she's on it, but she's one that actually lent me the bag of spirulina. Did I talk about that, or was that in the video that didn't publish? I've been adding spirulina to my smoothies in the morning. I keep on calling them shakes, but they're smoothies. So spirulina has chlorophyll in it, which is absolutely fantastic for you, and chlorophyll coming from plants. And it has tons of protein and just chock full of like great things for you. So she gave me a little baggie full of spirulina, and I've been using it. So anyway, that person, and you wouldn't have known it since that other video didn't load. She came in yesterday with this juice called kombucha, and it came in a glass bottle, and you can buy it at Whole Foods, and it's completely organic, raw stuff. I apologize. Irie, stop. Irie saying hello, little black pug. I'll show them to you maybe next blog post, not tonight. I actually want to get to bed and I need to get up a little earlier because I'm working on a project that I'll tell you about. Anyway, so she brings in this kombucha and it almost has like a cidery type taste to it. It's very refreshing. It's really nice. So she gives me a little bit to try. Within minutes, my stomach I can feel it start to like fizz and just start working. And I got really bloated. And prior to that, I had eaten my little snack of like trail mix that I make, just to have something like if I get hungry, a little in between snack, which you should have anyway. And they should say to never leave the house without something in your purse, just in case you get caught out, wherever you are, whether it be the mall or whatever, and you're surrounded by all this other stuff that you shouldn't really eat if you're trying to do at least the 30-day, challenge, to have something in your purse is a go-to. So I had just eaten some nuts, and I don't know if it was a reaction, because again, everything that I've eaten is raw, and maybe it was like too much good all at once, and the combination of eating nuts with this kombucha, because let me just tell you, I did not feel well. I almost felt lightheaded. I almost felt nauseous to a point to where I thought that I was going to have to leave work. I did not feel hot. Like, I felt like all the color like was drained out of my face. Like, it was like really bad. So I was really quiet for about 30 minutes, and it finally subsided because I just started flushing my body with water, just like drinking bottles of water just to try to flush it out. That's the only thing I could think of to do, because I was like, I've got to get this thing out of my system. Now, I'm sure that stuff is great on its own, and I do want to get some next time I'm at Whole Foods, because I'm sure it has great stuff in it for you, and it does have lemon juice, which they always usually say if you don't have vinegar, you can use lemon, and if you don't have lemon, you can use vinegar. And I'm sure it had some type of reaction with the acid and the nuts that I had just eaten. It was not pleasant. So don't drink kombucha after eating nuts if you're on this diet. I don't know. I don't know what the point of that is. I guess what I'm saying is be careful with what you combine. That's the point. Like, and when you do your research, you'll find that certain people even say not to combine fruit with certain things, because the combination of fruit with these other things can attack your stomach, because your stomach isn't used to breaking down all of these things. So my body is starting to get used to it because I've been on it for a week. But maybe it was, breaking down the raw nuts, and then all of a sudden this acidic thing comes in and then just starts fizzing it up and like stirring my stomach up. It was just really unpleasant. Not that I had to go to the bathroom. It was just like I felt bad. Like I felt really sick. So anyway, so just be careful what you combine, because I'm going to start paying attention to that too. That was not pleasant. Again, so that was one experience that happened yesterday. Today, again, nothing really to report today. It's my day 8, so officially 100% a week through full raw and beginning my second week. So I'm very happy about it. Again, I think I had mentioned in my other video, no type of craving for any, pasta anymore, which that's my big thing. I like pasta, but I'm really, really good, and my new blender's working out great. I'm super excited because the project I told you about that I'd tell you is garbanzo beans. I bought some chickpeas and I'm sprouting them myself. So they're actually in a little jar right now, growing little tails, so that I can make hummus. And basically you soak them and drain them, and then soak them again. So you soak for 12 hours, drain, soak for 12 hours again, drain. And then after that, you kind of like just rinse them off, and you rinse them off before you soak so that you're using clean beans and clean water and all that. You put them in a jar, and I kind of tip them over like upside down so that there's still a little bit of like water in the jar, but not too much, just a little bit. And then they'll start sprouting like little tails. So my beans have been in the jar sprouting now for a day. So hopefully after a full day at work tomorrow, they'll have, most of them will have little tails so that I can go ahead and start making my own hummus. So I'm really, really, really excited about that because I think that's really cool. So that's going on. That's my little project. And I have to wake up early because I've got to drain them again and put them up and all that good stuff. Check them out, see how they're doing. So tonight I met up with a farmer, a local farmer who has sold me for pet consumption only raw milk. So I tried it, and I don't know if I had mentioned this in any of my other videos, but I'm not a huge milk drinker. I really don't care for milk. I used to put milk in my cereal and in my coffee, and that was it. I am just not, I've never really been a fan. I bought the milk tonight, and I had some, and I bought it because first of all it's raw, and second of all I can put it in smoothies. Third of all, I heard that the taste is completely different, and it is. I mean, yes, I'm not saying it's like 100%, oh my God, it's a completely different beverage, but it is different. It's sweeter, it's creamier, and it's not as thick and chalky as milk from the grocery store, in my opinion. And again, that's coming from somebody who doesn't care for milk. But that was nice. I was able to actually like sip on it, and I was like, that's cool. Now it's got little, not to sound gross, but particles in it, and it's not pasteurized. It's not. I mean, it came fresh from the little teats, I guess you would call it, because I heard the udder, I think is the little bag on the cow or the goat or whatever, and then the little squirt things, those are called teats. So that's what I learned a couple weeks ago anyway. So yeah, that was my take on it. So that's in the fridge, and I'm gonna get to start using it. I did make my own almond milk, so I've got to use that first and get that out of the way, which hopefully I can finish that off tomorrow, and then start using the raw cow's milk. So overall, successful weekend and early week. So I will report on days 9 and 10, not tomorrow, but the following day. I hope all of you guys are having a great week thus far, and message me if you have any questions. Those are my only symptoms that I think I brought on myself, was just that drink after I had eaten the nuts. But aside from that, just feeling really good, really energetic, not as tired as I usually am, especially around this time. When I was eating regular food, by this time I would just be like, So far so good, and we're going to continue doing really, really good because I've got a positive feeling about it, and yeah. So I will speak to you guys in a couple days. So bye.